What's up, everyone? Welcome back to The Conversation. I am your sometimes host, Francesca Fiorentini. I hope you're very, very good because I am so excited for my first guest, who is a drag queen and an intersectional environmentalist. Yeah, we're gonna learn all about that. Please welcome Pattygonia, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Patty, you are clearly crushing every Zoom meeting ever, although I feel like you don't really Zoom meet because you're mostly outdoors. How are you? Tell me about your look. Tell me about, is this regular as an average day? Is this a walk in the park? Is this a hike?
You know, this is like 20 pounds of makeup on my face, but we are trudging through it. But yeah, my look today is inspired by a strawberry finch, which is a bird that I love, native to India. I think that birds are drag queens, so I figured, why not have this drag queen be a bird?
I love it. I love it. Although I'm always jealous because it's always like the male bird that's like really fly, and then the female bird just like.
There we go.
Right? Yeah. That's exactly right. And in fact, I mean, if you don't know Pattygonia, you should follow her on Instagram. And it's just such a beautiful array of you being an outdoors woman and also a drag queen. How did you invent and create this persona? What led you here? And yeah, what is it like?
Yeah, so Patty happened very much by accident. I was out backpacking with some friends, packed some high heels into the outdoors and took a little video and it went viral. And we're all accustomed to viral moments nowadays, but I think a really kind of like second coming out was happening behind the scenes with me. Grew up in Nebraska, grew up in the Midwest, never did drag before, never wore high heels before. So that was a really freeing moment and it happened for me in the outdoors. And I think the traditional narrative is often to run to cities for acceptance as a queer person, but I've really found my true self in the outdoors. And so trying to create community in the outdoors, trying to create community around climate. And it's been so much fun to do so. And it's been really beautiful and really unexpected. And my community just kicks butt and they're incredible. And they're full of so many different queer people from all different walks of life in the outdoors. So I'm happy to be walking next to them.
That's awesome. And I introduced you as an intersectional environmentalist. I love that phrase, but I don't really know what it means. So what does that mean to you?
Yeah. Intersectional environmentalism, I feel like just means bringing your whole self to the environmental movement. I think we're often told that we have to do this or we have to do that, or we have to be perfect in these categories, or if we're not doing this, it's all for nothing. And I'm a huge fan of imperfect action. I'm a huge fan of taking strides and standing up for something, knowing what you believe in and fighting for our planet no matter what that means for you. And oftentimes that means intersecting your identity, intersecting your culture, intersecting the work that's available to you and only to you. So for me, that's drag in the outdoors, but maybe for you, that means lacing in your culture as a Latinx person in the kitchen to do a more zero waste like customs in the kitchen. Maybe that means you doing something completely else. So I really love thinking about intersectionalism and environmentalism is a way where you can merge all the parts of you into the environmental movement.
That's awesome. And especially because I think as the environmental movement, maybe a few years ago, I feel like now there is much more of a racial justice, angle, but it's been traditionally seen, especially the role of the outdoors person is like a white guy who's like him against the world, Bear Grylls, whatever. And I know you've used your platform and your own personal discovery to like lift up and disrupt that idea of who gets to play outdoors and who is the like protagonist. So like what are those ways that you've lifted up those voices, folks from marginalized communities, maybe some of the just the initiatives and the work that you've been involved in?
Yeah, completely. I think we can't forget that the people that are most affected by climate change issues are oftentimes BIPOC people or queer people, the most marginalized of us. I think you look at LA, for example, and you see toxic chemical plants and processing plants next to communities that are almost all BIPOC. And so I think that like it's really important to one, listen to voices that are oftentimes BIPOC and queer in the environmental movement, but two, it's my role as someone who is queer but also holds a ton of privilege in the outdoors to step up for other people that are oftentimes like not necessarily white and male as well out of drag. So yeah, really excited to do the work together and to listen to the voices and try to lift them up.
And can I just ask, you have done like strenuous hikes in a full beat of makeup.
Oh, yeah.
What is that like? Like, how does it hold up? Do you bring just endless towelettes? Like, and what is the difference between like just regular hiking and drag hiking?
Great question. I do love to hike in my high heels often. Sometimes my drag is just my high heel boots, but sometimes it is the full base beat. It's a journey all the time. We definitely get like, the tear action because powder is running in my eye. But really I try to like bring like drag in the outdoors to just have fun. I think we are so serious in the outdoors all the time. And we think it's just like you said, such this monolith of like male masculine energy. And I think that Mother Nature is just that, mother, and it's feminine. We should have fun and embrace our femininity as well. So that's what I'm here to do. And I totally like commend any woman or female identifying person too that goes out in a full beat. All the power to you.
Your calves must be insane. That's all I have to say. Like
calves. I do have good calves. I will tell you that.
Hiking in high heels. I can't even walk in high heels, let alone hike.
It's fun.
My God.
It's fun and it's a disaster.
But it is, and again, it like the photography is incredible too. And everything that you stage. Are you involved in the staging of a lot of those photos? How does that collaboration come together?
Yeah, I mean, it's just that like anything I do with Patty is a collaborative effort. It's rarely ever just me. So I'm super thankful to work with a lot of creatives that are really using their artistic ability to do intersectional environmental work through their photography or through their videography or through the group hike tours that we run. I'll invite other guest speakers out. So it's a really fun time to get to like all through our creativity and our energy into making community for people in the outdoors.
That's awesome. And I understand that you've worked with a big sponsor actually of TYT, which is Aspiration, a green finance company, a bank that invests money in things that are not polluting our environment, are not contributing to climate change. What's been your work with Aspiration like?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that like living a green lifestyle is wonderful, but if you're still with a big bank, it's kind of a lot for nothing because your money is going directly to the industries that you're actively in protest of. Most all big banks invest in the fossil fuel industry, which is something that I'm really trying my best to really like learn more about and honestly like not support. And so I first started with Plant Your Change, which is a program that Aspiration utilizes that basically uses your change to plant trees. So anyone from any bank can use it. And I think it's an amazing accessible solution that lets you make daily impact every day. And then when I started with Plant Your Change, I eventually switched my money to Aspiration because it's just a better banking alternative in every single way. They care, they have the ethics that match my own ethics, and they really care about their customers. And I think that we need to also be thinking about big business solutions as much as our daily life solutions. So this is something that lets me do both.
Absolutely. I have my money in a like a credit union, and I don't really have any investments. Do you know if Aspiration also does investments so you can actually invest in things like green renewable energy and take it out of the fossil fuel industry?
Yeah, I know they're looking to grow Aspiration in about every way they can. And I think the investments are a big way that they're hoping to do so in the future. Yeah, I think Aspiration is so forward thinking, and they're constantly thinking from every angle about how to just be as ethical as possible when it comes to our dollars and how we can invest our money in responsible ways.
Yeah. Can I just ask, this is so random, but I know it's also hard to find ethical makeup. I find sometimes the best stuff is not always sustainable. What's your balance with that when you're trying to make this look, which by the way, you're gorgeous. I love you're so pretty and I love the hair is gorgeous.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm wearing my Ariana pony today. But yeah, listen, okay, like this is a perfect opportunity to talk about just kind of like the dichotomy we face when it's like oftentimes really like high lasting, long lasting products versus, the ethical option. I'm trying to practice ethics with my makeup and only buying what I need, because that's something I can always control if I can't control the production of it. So buying what I need, not overusing, not overbuying, and then also just looking into like what are options that I can buy. If I can't buy something that's ethical, can I purchase from a BIPOC brand? Can I purchase from a queer-owned brand? So thinking about those options as well.
Absolutely. Oh my God. You look also kind of like Bambi with your like dewy.
Yeah, it's a little bit of like, the freckles. It's a Bambi moment. It's a bird Bambi mix, an intersectional mix.
I love it. It's amazing. Okay, yes, buying only what you need, Francesca. No more lipstick. I have enough. Thank you so much, Pattygonia, for being with us. I love this. Please, everyone, check out her Instagram and her work and find out about her group hikes. Anything else to plug, Patty?
No, I'm just super stoked for everyone to join in and to think that joining the environmental movement is oftentimes easier than you think. And this is the only planet with a Beyonce on it, so we gotta advocate for it.
There is no planet B, Beyonce. This is, I was trying to make that work. Pattygonia, everybody, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Take good care of yourself.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.